What's up, y'all? Schrodinger here, back finally with another video. Bit of a break in between, getting off trail. Had to kind of figure my life out, find a place to live, get a job, and it was a little bit hectic. Took me a little bit more time than I expected, but I got it all worked out. So finally, I can make a video, and you can tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about all the gear that I used throughout the PCT and the AZT, and I'm going to try and break this up into a couple videos, because if you watch like my pre-trail video on all my gear, it was pretty long, and I like to talk, so I know that it's going to be a long video again if I don't break it up into multiple videos. So I'm going to try and break this up into probably 3 or 4 videos. I'm not really sure just yet. But in this first video, I'm going to talk about the packs that I used. And the first one that I used, that I started with, is the Zerk Mountain Smith 40. So I'll definitely talk more about this pack, but it's a great pack. I really like it. But we'll get into that in a second. The second pack I used, and if you watch my PCT hike, I mentioned that I switched to it, was the Six Moon Designs Minimalist V2. So again, awesome pack, and I'm going to talk about both of these in as much detail as I can. And I'm going to start with the Mountain Smith Zerk 40. Okay, so starting with the Mountain Smith Zerk 40. Again, great pack. This pack is awesome. I just want to talk about all the features of it, I'll give a brief description of it, and if I can, I'm going to put up the specs of it. I'm still new to the whole video editing thing, so if it doesn't work, well, they won't be here. But if it does work, then they'll be here. I definitely want to talk about this a lot. It is a frameless pack. I only really use frameless packs. So if you're looking for dead set on an internal frame or external frame pack, then maybe this isn't the video for you. But frameless is my preferred way to go. That's just it just fits me better, I think. Definitely not for everybody, but as far as the small frame, it does have, to give a little bit of support, is it has just this small. Let me get it out if I can. Takes a second. There we go. So you can see it's a bit of a pain to get out, so you're not really gonna, some packs use this as can have it as a sit pad, but it just has a little bit of cushion. You can see on it, it's got kind of your spine pads, and then down by your back and hips and your shoulder blades. It's got everything covered there, so that's your little bit of support that you have, and it's really not much. But it is nice to have that there, as someone who's used this pack for I think 2,000 miles or something. But yeah, so it has one big top pocket. This is a 40-liter pack. It has one big top pocket. It is roll down, so roll seals, and then there's nothing else really on the inside other than the pouch to fit this. I mean, that's very, like I said, very basic. Very simple. Just one 40-liter storage area. So on the outside, you have this large mesh pocket, which is great. I love the mesh pocket on all my packs if it doesn't have a large mesh pocket, because you can fit so much in here, just really easy to get to stuff. It's great. It has, when I got this, it came with this kind of bungee suspension system that was, you could put it on, you could not put it on, you could set it up how you wanted. This is just how I put it on when I got it, and that's how it worked. But there's definitely other ways that you could put it. You could just not have it on there, which is great. On the sides, each side has these two pockets. You have a larger pocket on the inside that doesn't expand as much, and then a mesh pocket on the outside that expands a lot more, and you can sort of fit a lot of stuff in there. I will say a small con of this pack is that if you put something in one pocket, it's not going to fit in the other pocket. I think it's kind of not the best design to have the two pockets stacked on top of each other. So I really only ever use like the outside pocket because you could fit just as much stuff in it. And I really only use my side pockets for like water, maybe a snack or two, especially on this. It was just like one water bottle on each side and it worked fine. So yeah, the side pockets, I mean, maybe somebody else could figure out a way to use them better. But once you have like one pocket filled, you kind of just like, it's like small stuff. Like definitely you could get like a couple granola bars on the side, which is great. So it is something to use it for, but you're not going to fit like a bunch of stuff in the side pockets. Now on the front, or the chest straps anyway. So this is the vest style straps. Let's see if I can get a better like view of them. So these are vest style, and once I got this, I don't think I'll use anything but vest style straps. These things are awesome. They're super comfortable. They really they rest on your chest really well. I think it's the way to go. And you get a lot of bonus storage. Kind of the same thing here though. You have like you have two pockets here, and if you put a bunch in one of them, you're not going to get a lot in the other. But it is nice to kind of be able to separate your stuff. I know a few times be like, especially if you just have your phone in the chest pocket, you can fit phone, granola bar, and then like granola bar, or like Cliff Bar, energy gel, whatever, just small snacks that you could stuff into the front. And they expand, so you can actually get a little bit more than you expect into these front pockets. There is no hip belt, there is a hip belt, but there's no hip belt padding, so this is the hip belt. And you can see no padding on it, which you can make your own padding. It's definitely pretty easy. I never did, but I did run into some problems with it, like digging into my side a bit. And that was kind of why I got rid of it. That was a part of the reason why. But something nice if you're not a fan of hip belts, this is very easily removable. So there's just a small clip right here, and put this very easily to the test. I swear I've done this. There we go. So you can see, pretty easily removable. Just had to like kind of remember how to do it. And then it comes off pretty easily. So, and on the topic of the hip belt, I think I talked about this in my pre-trail gear video where I talked about this pack. But when I got this pack, the hip belt like kind of attachments weren't. It had this like pointier side down, so it would like really like I was getting like sores. It was like open wounds and like bleeding out of my hips sometimes because this would dig in and like the metal would dig into my hips. So it was a really easy fix. All I had to do was put them on the other side. So it just kind of made it weird because I had like a left-handed buckle, which took me a second to get used to. Yeah, so you can see, pretty easy to get back on. It's already back on. But if you look at this, like, it's weird because you won't notice this unless you have to switch. But typically, this like kind of your male version or your male side is going to be like in your right hand typically, and like on every other buckle. So I'll show like the top buckle. You have like the clip inside is in your right hand, and then the clip that holds it is in your left, and they go together, and then your right hand kind of pushes them together and comes apart. Where these, because I had to flip them, now my left hand was like, and it's a small thing. It just takes a little bit to get used to, and like the first time I did it, I definitely messed it up a couple times, and I was like, why can't I get my pack off and get my hip belt off? So yeah, that's I think that's pretty much it for this pack. There isn't, packs, there is a lot to talk about, but not a ton to talk about. And, all I can say, like, if you're looking for a frameless pack that's like, you're looking to not do how can I put this? You're looking to not carry a lot. I use this on the AT and like never carry more than, I think the most I carry was 4 days of food and maybe 2 or 3 liters of water. This worked great. If you need more storage than that, like for the PCT, which is why I switched, it may not work the best just because you don't have as much kind of external storage. You can have the same size pack, which the minimalist is, which I'll talk about. It is the same size, but there's more extra storage that you can like really get on top of it and kind of figure it out. I don't really know how much this weighs. It is considered, I guess it would be considered an ultralight pack. Both of the packs are. I don't count my grams and ounces and stuff. I think that's boring. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this pack. So on the next one. Okay, and for my second pack, the pack that I switched to and did the most miles with is the 6 Moons Designs Minimalist V2. Love this pack. I love the other pack. This is the best pack I think I'll ever use. I don't anticipate me switching from it because it's perfect. Everything about it is perfect. I can't stress this enough. It's the perfect pack for me. Might have different results. You might like some things, might like certain, you might not like other, whatever. For me, just the money pack, it's absolutely perfect. It was exactly what I needed, exactly what I've been looking for, and everything about it. I will say I kind of call this a frame-ish pack, because it does have a internal frame, but it doesn't like support anything. All it does is kind of help it maintain its shape. So, this one kind of stands up and it'll fall over and kind of keep like its tallness, where this one, especially without the cushion in it, because I didn't put it back in, I can just fold it up. Like there's nothing to it, which does add like a tiny bit of weight to this one, but not much at all. I remember looking, I think this pack is like maybe, I think it said like 4 or 5 ounces heavier than the other pack. It's like barely heavier, and it just offers so much more. I'll talk about what all it offers now. So again, it has the large roll top you see as it goes off the screen. So it's advertised as a 40-liter pack. But if you actually expand this all the way to the top, it's a 49-liter pack, I believe. Now, I never really expanded it above, at all. I never used more than 40 liters. But I would say, like, if, you have a stretch where you need to carry more food or whatever, just carry more, warm clothes, because it's, like, getting to winter, and you were using this in the summer, and it's getting cold, you absolutely have the storage to do it. I wouldn't recommend kind of like jamming this full all the way up to 49 liters all the time. I wouldn't recommend that on any pack either. You don't need that much when you hike. But if you have the need for it, you can do it, which is great. It also has this nice top cover, so when you do roll this up, you can put this over, cover everything really nicely. This sheds water a little bit. It's not waterproof. I'm sure you get a coating to put on it and make it waterproof. And this clips in to these clips right here. So these are the longest clips in the world. They're so obnoxiously long. I would recommend trimming them. I never did just because I was lazy, but kind of when I had them set up and I was like at minimal, I could feel them hitting like the back of my knees and stuff, and like my calves when I'd kick up. So it's like they're a little long, but you wonder like, well, why are they that long if you're only putting barely anything in it? Why do they need to be so long? Well, it came in handy when I had a bear can. If you're loading up your pack, doing a winter, and you have a bear can on top, you can stretch these out all the way to here, and then it will go all the way over everything, and you can have this much room with this completely stretched out and not even covering anything, and have all that room for storage, which is great. I love the adaptability of this pack. yeah, I could trim these, but it's gonna save me, a couple grams, barely. Maybe a slight annoyance when they hit me in the back of my legs. I just didn't care enough, and it's like, if I do need that much storage, I have the ability, and it's seriously like my favorite thing about this pack is how adaptable it is with everything it has on it. 'Cause, yeah, you can load up the inside and put it on the outside. When I was going through the High Sierra route, I had the inside loaded up and then a bear can on top. So I was happy that I had those extended clips and could, actually hold everything, really cinch down the bear can, make sure I wasn't going to lose anything. Another thing it has, big mesh pocket on the outside. It's great. I think this is slightly smaller than the other pack, but it held everything I needed. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just, you can stuff this completely full if you want to, or you can save a little bit. I definitely would always, if I started out the day wearing my puffy jacket or this jacket and I needed somewhere to put it, perfect spot to put it was in here because it just holds it and it's ready to go. Or your rain gear if it's gonna rain, or you're not sure if it's gonna rain, or maybe it did earlier and you're just letting it dry. Oh, excuse me. You have a lot of places to put stuff. So on the sides, you have, on the other one, I only really talk about one side, but this one, talk about both. Because you have on the right side of your pack, as it's sitting on your pack, get this out of the way. You have a smaller one, and this is actually the perfect size to hold 2 smart water bottles. So 2 smart water bottles can go in here, no issues. Now I carry a Nalgene and a smart water bottle. So that was a bit of an issue. I kind of had to jam stuff into it. It did rip just a little bit. If you can see that, I'll try and get it closer. Just a tiny rip, but really not much. Barely noticeable. And this stuff will even with the small amount of stretching that I had to do to get the stuff in there, it ended up working out fine. By the end, I didn't even notice, stuff just fit in it right away. Could barely tell. On the other side, so on your left, as it's sitting on your back, if you can tell, it's much taller over here. So this isn't really for water bottles. This is basically another one of these packs, except it's a little bit better shaped. So a lot of freestanding tents now are coming out, and they kind of store in a stuff sack that's shaped like this. I know the one that I had is sort of like that. I've seen some in other reviews online or whatever that are pretty much this exact shape, and you can just stuff them right in here. And there's a lot of stuff that you can put in it. It's the perfect size and shape for I put my stove in it. So my titanium mug or my jet boil, and I could fit all my stuff in it, and it fit right into here perfectly. When I had my tarp fit in here perfectly. It wasn't in my pack getting everything else wet if it rained or it was humid or something. I could just stuff everything in here. So this is the perfect spot for your tent. Really anything you can think of. I had a bunch of stuff in here. This is where I kept my cooking stuff. Most of my shelter poles for my bivvy, and yeah, you can just kind of stuff stuff in here. It's, like I said, it's just like this. You could put water bottles in here if you needed extra carry space, or were going to carry 4 liters. It would fit, it would work. I never did though, because I just didn't I didn't need it, and I used it for other stuff. But it's a little weird because sometimes whenever I have 2 liters of water on one side, and then you have a tarp and some light stuff, you have a weight imbalance between sides, and that would kind of hurt my shoulders. That's the only thing. But further, what I'll talk about, this pack is very adjustable. So it's I could adjust my straps in a lot of different ways to take pressure off one side, add pressure to another, and kind of figure that out as it was going to kind of alleviate a little bit of the pain in my shoulders that was caused from that weight imbalance. So yeah, It's a tiny con where you can't really balance your weight as well. But again, like tiny gripe on an overall like amazing pack. Like it's just gonna take it from like a 10 out of 10 pack to like a 9.99 out of 10 pack. Fantastic. So done talking about this side. Really small thing. You do have like ice axe storage and your trekking pole storage clips where you can attach them however you need to. I hardly ever used it. I think there's better places to put your trekking poles and stuff. And I didn't carry an ice axe, but it is there and available if you need it. So flipping around to really what kind of Six Moon Designs this pack is kind of known for. Let me take this off so it's not in the way. Yeah, which we'll get to the best part at the end. So you have these two very nice hip pads on the hip belt with two hip belt pockets. These are great. They're not like the biggest ever, but I also hiked with a fanny pack, so it was just it was more than what I needed, and it was nice to kind of have these there, so I could put stuff in them and whatever I needed. A lot of times I just used them to put my trash in if I was like eating and walking, or I picked up some trash on the ground. Yeah, and they're very padded. They're very nice. They sit well on your hips. They have a lot of adjustments. Again, they have two separate like kind of adjustments on the hip belt buckle, so you can adjust the top. You can make it a little tighter on the top so it like sits better. You can adjust it to the shape of your hips better, because I think I feel like I have like pretty tall hip bones, so I needed to like, for me it was better to tighten them on more on the top and then loosen them on the bottom, just so that it kind of sat better on my hips and felt more comfortable. So I never had any issues with it like digging into my hips weird, or any issues there. I thought it sat perfectly. It was just super comfortable. Again, best pack ever because it's so adjustable. And like the adjustables that you have on it, they don't really add any weight. So, for me, it was very much worth it. Now I want to talk about the best part of this pack and kind of what they should be known, I guess, kind of are known for, is the flight harness style of chest straps. So this is seriously, on top of this being an amazing pack, this is the best part of this pack. Like, it's amazing, the design of this and kind of how everything sets. So it has this very wide bottom that really like distributes a lot of weight into like your ribs and your chest. To take some weight off your shoulders and your hips, and it's very nice. They actually advertise it as, instead of just having your your hips where you want to load as much weight and then put the small amount of weight on your shoulders. Now you can go hips, ribs, and shoulders to really distribute that weight and take as much weight as you can off your shoulders and off your back and put everything into your hips, and kind of into the core of your body, instead of putting everything on top and putting a lot of weight there that doesn't need to be there. So yeah, this very wide bottom strap, and then it has two chest straps. I do think it's a bit of overkill, but it did kind of offer me a little bit of adjustability. This top one, I had it on, and it's kind of sat like a couple inches below my collarbone, which is about where you want it. And then for this one, I kind of usually had this like at the bottom of my sternum, just right below my sternum there, sitting across, and that kind of worked for me. You can definitely find any way to adjust this that you want. It can work in a lot of ways. It's super adjustable. Find what fits comfortably. I'm not a pro on how exactly a pack should fit, and I think everybody's going to want their pack to fit differently. I don't think there's any cookie cutter way where it's like, oh, it should be here and here, because that may not work for you. Find what fits for you and wear it like that. And that was what worked for me, so that was how I wore it. So it does have all these pockets, again, overlapping pockets. My one gripe about packs, like, don't put pockets on top of each other. I can't do anything with it. I just have two different pockets that I might want to use, but they're the same thing. But you have this very large pocket here. I could fit my phone, a battery pack on top of it very easily. I could fit, I could fit a lot of stuff into this chest pocket, no problem. And everything fits great because you do have a lot of room in it. And then it has this zippered pocket, super easy. Basically just uses the same storage area as the other one. So again, it's either like you put stuff into the top pocket or you fit stuff into the zippered pocket. I don't know why people think like, oh, just stack pockets on top of each other and it gives you more storage, because it doesn't. This only expands so much. So if I fill up this pocket, it's just going to push into the zipper pocket and I can't get anything there. Ran into that a couple times, so it just seems odd to me. And then this pocket here, and you just have a small mesh pocket. I would put like, trash in there a lot, or maybe you could kind of fit small stuff, but like it's a large pocket where it seems like you could fit a lot, but you don't want to put a lot in it because there's nothing really to hold it. You can't tighten this up, and again, you're going to be using a lot of your storage here, and it's going to take up storage here. I don't know why they do it, but again, tiny gripe, really not a big deal at all. I just wish, some people these companies would just one pocket, no more on top of each other. All it does is like bring their stats up and be like, oh, we have like 19 pockets on this pack. So people are like, oh, that's great, I can add more storage. But you really can't, because it's not, you can't use it. You fill up one pocket, you can't fill up the other ones. But at least they don't, it's just on the chest. You can use different ones. I could put like, if I did have my normal pocket full, I could fill up this mesh one. A lot of times, again, I put trash in it. I picked up on the trail if I saw it, or what I use. I could put like chapstick if I needed it, or sunscreen. Those, the smaller bottles work better and they fit in there, and they were readily available. So that was great. And I talked about this in my PCT hike, but it has this amazing chest strap system. It doesn't, so most chest straps are going to hook on right here, and that's the only way. These are actually, they hook onto this strap instead of just onto the pack, and then they it seems like it would just give you like a little bit of slide, but actually it's going to distribute the weight again into this clip and this clip down here. And in doing that, it puts pressure on your ribs and like on your chest and on your hips, which is, and it works. It works great. Like I could feel it, like the pack just hugs you so well and sits so perfectly. Like not enough good to say about these packs. About this pack. It's so good, and this is the coup de grace of perfection. It's just, even if it didn't have this would be an amazing pack, and then this brings it over the top and makes it so it's so comfortable. It's so ergonomic and sits so well. It's great. Like it really, I know I've said this, but I can't say enough good about this pack. It's so good. I recommend this. The only way I wouldn't recommend it is if you're like, you really need 60 liters of carrying capacity, or you just really don't like frameless packs. If you're trying to see if you would like a frameless pack, I think this is a good in-between, because it is like a frame-ish pack. And it's something to give a try. And it's also, as far as like how expensive it is, as far as packs go, I think it's like middle of the line. I think I paid like $200 for it, which I don't know like the normal pack prices, but it was fairly cheap as far as things go. I wouldn't say cheap, but reasonable as far as things go, and especially like every penny was worth it to get this. So I think that is it for the pack. This one, another thing, this one is adjustable. So the Zerk Mountain Smith 40, it's not adjustable to height. It's kind of just one size fits all. Where this one, you do have adjustments. You can change the hip belt or the shoulder straps. It comes with like a tool to change it, where depending on your, like how long your torso is, you can change it. I have it on the tallest one, and I'm 6'1", so it's still, I think I have a longer torso, so it still felt a little short for me. But that definitely shouldn't deter you, because it's so adjustable. You can find a way to wear it, and I think just every pack always feels short on me because of how I wear it. I don't know why. So definitely don't let that, like if you're like 6'4", still a good pack that you can wear. And I think you can get larger sizes. This was the one that it was recommended to me based on my height, and it still works very well. I will say, and I think it says this like on the website, on 6 Moon Design's website, where you buy this pack, if you're like big chested for whatever reason, just like very muscular, very busty, whatever, the like flight harness style may not be for you, just because it sits on your chest very well, like very snug and like on top of your chest. I'm relatively skinny, so so it worked well for me. But if you're just like very broad chested, or like I said, whatever reason, may not be perfect. You might want to try out a different style, maybe like the S type chest straps, or the J type, which is like what every other pack has. But yeah, that's like the only limiting factor, really. I mean, this pack was designed by a guy. I think he like owns 6 Moon Designs, and I believe he had cancer, and he still wanted to hike while he had cancer. So any pack that he used was just like would hurt his back so much, and just he could like barely hike. So he designed this so he could keep hiking while he had cancer. If that's not inspiring, that's a crazy story. And two, it should tell you like this pack will help you if you're like having back pains, if you're your hips are getting dug into, if your shoulders hurt, this pack will help. It may not like completely cure it, but it'll definitely help you get some miles in and get into hiking again, if that's your issue. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this pack. All right, well, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for coming and seeing just my thoughts on these packs, and I hope I have swayed you one way or another, whether it's you were looking at buying this pack and you saw my review and don't want to buy it, or you do want to buy it. Either way, if I can give you just some more information, to help you in finding the perfect pack, that seriously makes me happy. I don't think, my way is not right for everybody. So it's not like I'm telling you you have to buy this pack. Even as much as I like the 6 Moon Designs Minimalist, you don't have to buy the pack. I would recommend it if you've kind of been on the hunt for a pack and you can't find one. But if that's not what you're looking for, or you don't like that style of pack, or whatever reason, you don't have to buy it. Completely up to you. I never want to force anything on anybody, or my way is the right way, you have to do it this way, or you can't hike. That's not my intention at all. I think hiking is about doing what you want. So definitely just do what you want, and hopefully I've given you some advice, or given you just more information to help you make your decision. That's my only goal here. So yeah, thank you for watching. Whatever pack that you want to get, I wish you luck in finding that perfect pack for you. And that's pretty much it. I will say, so this was part one. Again, I'll probably be putting out videos every 2 weeks or so, just because I don't have a huge number of ideas, and I think I have 6 months off. So I don't want to burn the wick at both ends and put out videos every 2 days, like I was while I was hiking. I can't really do that because I don't have enough ideas. But if you do have any ideas, please leave a comment, say kind of what you want to see, video ideas, anything, you can leave a comment just on if you like the video or not. Any comment would be great, but definitely like give me some ideas on what to do. I do have some ideas, but I can't always think of exactly what everybody wants to see, what everybody wants to know. So like I said, leave a comment and just tell me what you want to see. If you enjoyed this video or I got you some information either way on whether you want to buy a pack or not, please leave a like. And if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. I will be putting out more videos. I will be doing more hikes. I do love doing this, and I'm gonna keep doing it for the time being until I just don't enjoy it anymore. So definitely, like, if you enjoy watching, I would appreciate it. Continued watching, just to help me grow a little bit, help me get more information out, and help me be able to keep putting out these videos. So thank you for watching. Hope everybody has an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.